It's been a scorching hot summer for most of Canada, with heat warnings recorded across the country. Yesterday, Environment Canada extended heat warnings covering broad regions of southern Ontario, Nova Scotia, Alberta, and BC. As temperatures hit record highs, the question remains whether this will be our new normal amid climate change, or will it just get worse from here? And are we ready to handle the continued effects of climate change? Well, joining us now to discuss this is Dr. Rachel White, atmospheric scientist and assistant professor at the Department of Earth, Ocean, and Atmospheric Sciences at UBC. Dr. White, welcome to Forum Daily.
Thank you.
Now, this is very concerning, Dr. White. Heat waves were found to be the deadliest form of extreme weather in Canada, according to a federal disaster database. Why is Canada seeing such deadly temperatures right now?
So part of this is, as you were saying, is climate change increasing global temperatures. And so as global temperatures increase, we expect to see hotter average temperatures. But as we're seeing, we also see hotter extreme temperatures. And so this means we see both more heat waves, and when we do get heat waves, we're often seeing extreme temperatures. And so we're breaking record temperatures, and we're seeing hotter and hotter extremes as well.
And unfortunately, Canada is not alone. We're seeing record temperatures recorded across the world, as well as climate disasters. So is this the new norm for us, Dr. White?
So all the reports sort of say that we expect to see more of these extremes as global temperatures warm. And so certainly this is something that's been predicted. It was something that was expected, and it's something that we're now seeing and observing across the globe. What I will say is sort of in terms of the new normal, when we're looking at climate, we're really looking at periods that are over a long period of time. And so those people sort of thinking back in sort of 2010, 2015, there was a lot of talk about sort of a global warming hiatus. Maybe there was a pause, global temperatures hadn't warmed that much. And recently we've been seeing the global temperatures are increasing a lot. But that doesn't mean that sort of, in the next 10 years, maybe they will increase more slowly. What we're never seeing really is a decrease in temperatures. And so we can't really say, the next 10 years, this is exactly what we'll see every year. But we do know it is going to continue to get worse as we continue to put more and more greenhouse gases into the atmosphere.
So if nothing were to be done to address this, how long does Canada have until we're likely to experience the worst of these weather conditions and extreme temperatures?
Well, as British Columbia experienced last year with that unprecedented record-breaking heat wave where the Canadian daily record temperature was broken by nearly 5 degrees Celsius, it's a combination of bad luck and climate change. And so as we continue to warm the climate, the faster we warm it, the more extremes we'll see, and the quicker these extremes will get worse and worse. And so it really is a matter of urgency now to really do as much as we can, as quickly as we can, to address this problem, because we already know it's going to get worse from here. The fact is that the greenhouse gases we've already put into the atmosphere still have some sort of warming potential. And so even if we completely stopped all emissions today, which is impossible, we would continue to see more warming into the future because of what we've already done. And so the more we do, the worse it's going to be.
And just for some further perspective, what would a worst-case scenario in terms of climate change look like in Canada?
I mean, the problem is that there isn't necessarily a limit on how bad this could get. It really does depend on human action. And so the goal that we currently have of limiting global warming to 1.5 Celsius, that's still a sort of another 0.4 Celsius above where we are today. And that's an incredibly optimistic target that we've possibly already missed with, as I was saying, the greenhouse gas that we've already put into the atmosphere. And so thinking about much worse scenarios where we're looking at 2 degrees global warming, and often we look at sort of a worst case business as usual scenario of 4 degrees Celsius of global warming. And so thinking about all of our summer temperatures, including the extremes, being 4 Celsius warmer would impact a lot of people drastically.
Some very concerning information there, Doctor. Just about 45 seconds left here, so let's end with this. Where can our viewers go to learn more about the effects of climate change and extreme weather in Canada and what they can do to make a difference?
Yeah, that's a really great question. And in terms of what we can do, there's sort of 3 things that I think are really important. And there's studies showing that the most important thing really is policies and policies coming in place. So letting your politicians know, whoever it is that's your politician, letting them know that this is something that's important to you, that you care about the future of global warming, the future of our climate and these weather extremes. But also, I think it's important to talk to other people. We need to be talking about this as a problem that it is solvable if we take action, but working within our communities, talking to people, asking what they do to reduce their carbon footprint and the amount of greenhouse gases associated with their actions. Tell people what you do. And there are plenty of resources on Environment Canada that talk a lot about this that people can look up online if they're interested in more.
All right, Dr. White, thank you again for your time today.
Thanks for having me.